So I have a student who's asking a question about to what extent he should be reviewing the incorrects on the NBME exams, as well as should he address how much should he be looking at the explanations that have been released on the newer NBME forms, or should he just focus on the correct answers? So before we get started, please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Hit the like button. Really appreciate it. Find me on Instagram at Melman_medical, MEHLMAN_medical. Link is down below. Now, addressing the student's question as far as to what extent should you invest your time into the NBME explanations and incorrect answer choices, my response is you do not have to obsess over the explanations on the NBME questions because they are mediocre at best. If you don't have a point of reference, you wouldn't know. But when you're in my position as a tutor for the past 9.5+ years, and you know the NBME style questions very well, okay, you've seen all of the prior forms, you have been reviewing questions with students on a daily basis, I will look at the NBME explanations and be thinking to myself, it's your fucking exam, and yet you're not even writing the high yield points for your own exam, okay? So it's my impression that who's ever writing the NBME explanations, they're probably just random attendings that have been hired, but they themselves don't have a very intimate knowledge of the NBME questions. I could write better explanations for the NBME questions and tell you, this question's wrong, these are the high yield points you need to know. It's not what the NBME does, okay? So you don't have to stress over the NBME explanations. Now, as far as the incorrect answer choices are concerned, it's a gray area. Obviously, if you get a question with high-yield differential diagnoses, such as cor pulmonale, pleural effusion, cardiac tamponade, it might be a good idea to know how those present, okay? Versus if you get some other question on some obscure enzyme and all of your incorrect answers are other random enzymes, you don't have to obsess. You sort of have to have a bit of intuition as to, am I going down a low yield route, or are these important diagnoses that I've seen floating around a lot and it's a good idea that I have an understanding of them, okay? So you sort of have to have a bit of intuition when you are cherry picking your incorrects, but the short answer is you don't have to obsess over the incorrects either. What I want you doing is memorizing the correct answers for all of the NBME questions you do, 20 through 30 for step 1, as well as 6 through 11 for 2CK, and all of the clinical mastery series forms, the NBME subject-specific forms. I want you memorizing the questions to the point that you can literally look at the unhighlighted, unanswered questions from any of the forms and say, yup, that one was D, that one was A, and you have a quick sentence in your head as far as why that was the answer, okay? You know the deal. I'm going to continue making more content. If you like my stuff, subscribe to my channel. And I appreciate your time. That's it.